What happened when the moms at school found out a dad was neglecting his son? My brother Paul thought he could neglect Shane at school events until the other moms found out what he was doing. I'm Shane's aunt, but I'd been picking him up from school since Paul abandoned him with me, temporarily, 6 months ago. The other moms at pickup noticed immediately. Shane would light up seeing me, run over with his backpack bouncing, showing me his artwork. They assumed I was mom. Then Paul showed up to parent-teacher conferences, not because he cared, but because he heard they were serving free wine and appetizers. He strutted in wearing his expensive watch, immediately started hitting on Ms. Yaslin, the pretty first-grade teacher. Shane's mom couldn't make it? She asked politely. She's dead, Paul said like he was mentioning the weather. Single dad life, you know how it is. He winked at her. Mrs. Denise, Mateo's mom, overheard. She'd seen me at every pickup, every bake sale, every soccer practice. That's funny, because Carrie never mentioned being dead. Paul laughed. Oh, that's my sister. She helps sometimes when I'm busy with work. Every day? Mrs. Denise pressed. I'm very busy, Paul said, already scanning for the wine table. That's when the mom started talking. Mrs. Luther, who ran the PTA, pulled me aside the next day. Honey, we need to talk about Shane's situation. I broke down and told her everything. The abandonment, the $200 he left, the months of no contact while collecting survivor benefits, the basement bedroom I discovered when I went to get Shane's things. Her face went stone cold. That bastard is getting his wife's death benefits? Within 24 hours, the mom network activated. Mrs. Denise, who was a paralegal, started documenting everything. Mira's mom, a social worker, knew exactly which reports to file. Mrs. Luther's husband was a family court judge who couldn't hear our case but could recommend the toughest advocate in the system. They started with reconnaissance. Clay's mom, accidentally, ran into Paul at his gym, pretended to flirt to get information. He bragged about his upcoming Vegas trip, showed her pictures of his new motorcycle. Being a single dad is tough, he said, but the government helps out, you know? She recorded everything on her phone. Meanwhile, Yaslin's mom, who worked at the bank, happened to mention she'd seen concerning transactions. Paul was spending $400 weekly at bars while Shane's lunch account was negative. The confrontation came at the spring carnival. Paul showed up because he heard there was a silent auction with good items. The moms were ready. They'd organized a Father of the Year presentation, supposedly to honor involved dads. Mrs. Luther took the microphone. We want to recognize fathers who go above and beyond, like Randy's dad, who drives carpool every Tuesday. Applause. And Brett's dad, who coaches soccer despite working 2 jobs. More applause. And then there's Paul Coleman, she continued. Paul perked up, straightening his collar. Who hasn't been to a single school event this year, who collects $1,800 monthly in survivor benefits while his son sleeps in a moldy basement, who told Ms. Yaslin at conferences that being a single dad was profitable if you play it right. The crowd went silent. Paul's face turned purple. This is slander. You can't prove anything. That's when Denise's mom stood up with a folder. Actually, we can. Signed affidavits from 23 witnesses, bank records showing negligence, photos of Shane's living conditions. We've already filed with CPS, the court, and the benefits fraud department. Paul tried to storm out, but Kleiner's mom blocked his path. You're going to listen to this, Mrs. Luther continued. Every mother here has informally adopted Shane while you've been at bars. We've fed him, clothed him, loved him, and we're done watching you profit from his mother's death. The other dads looked disgusted. Even Paul's gym buddy backed away from him. This is insane, Paul shouted. You're all just jealous, bitter women. We're mothers, Mrs. Luther said calmly, and we protect all children, not just our own. Within a week, Paul lost custody. The mom network had been so thorough that his lawyer told him to take the plea deal or face prison for benefits fraud. The judge, influenced by 43 letters from school community members, gave me full custody and ordered Paul to repay every cent of misused benefits. At Shane's adoption celebration 6 months later, every mom from school showed up. They'd become his aunts, his village, his proof that sometimes strangers care more than blood. Paul moved 2 states away after someone kept posting his court documents on the local Facebook parenting groups. Last I heard, he was claiming the crazy PTA moms ruined his life. Mrs. Luther had the last word. No, honey, you ruined your own life. We just made sure there were consequences.